Morning and welcome to this brief video on change management from Gnostam. Today we'll talk about why it is that we have such resistance in organizations to change. And I think the first and most important point to realize is that as human beings we are essentially programmed to follow the status quo. Every time we are in a serious threat, our amygdala takes over and essentially we shut down and focus on the immediate problem in front of us. Now, there's been a lot of research in this area through various neurological and psychoneurological studies, and what is emerging, even though it's not absolutely conclusive, is that we tend to want to stick with the status quo in a crisis situation, and that we are slow to react to what are change situations. So what we try to do in these situations is bring teams together with different backgrounds who can then assess situations from very different points of view and broaden the scope of alternatives that we can use to solve a problem. And this is very important because typically we tend to think at the problem, not ways in which to overcome real fundamental obstacles to change. So the next bit of the puzzle is how to communicate this effectively in teams, and there's a whole area of practices which are designed to improve communication skills in groups. We won't go into that, but the most important thing I think is the last bit of it, which is how to make groups and teams work effectively. Now that is an area which we work, and we have reached some degrees of insight, and I think what we want to leave with you in terms of insight is that the main issues in terms of resistance to change are fundamentally that if you are an advocate and you take an advocate position, you will most likely reduce the effectiveness of the organization. If you take a more problem-solving view to the problems you're trying to resolve, then you will find that there is more natural consensus that can be built to overcome the problem. So with that, I would like to thank you for this for your attention, and goodbye.